Ralph Waldo Emerson was born in Boston, Massachusetts on May 25, 1803, son of Ruth Haskins and Reverend William Emerson, a Unitarian minister. He was named after his mother's brother, Ralph, and the father's great-grandmother, Rebecca Waldo. Ralph Waldo was the second of 5 sons who survived into adulthood. The others were William, Edward, Robert, and Charles. His other siblings died in childhood. The young Ralph Waldo Emerson's father died from stomach cancer on May 12, 1811, less than 2 weeks before Emerson's 8th birthday. Emerson was raised by his mother with the help of the other women in the family. Emerson's schooling began at Boston Latin School in 1812 at the age of 9. In October 1817, at 14, Emerson went to Harvard College and was appointed freshman messenger for the president. Emerson met his first wife, Ellen Louisa Tucker, in Concord, New Hampshire on Christmas Day, 1827, and married her when she was 18. The couple moved to Boston with Emerson's mother, Ruth, to help take care of Ellen, who was already sick with tuberculosis. Less than 2 years later, Ellen died at the age of 20 on February 8, 1831. After uttering her last words, "I have not forgotten the peace and joy." Emerson was heavily affected by her death and visited her grave in Roxbury daily. Her death, added to his own recent crisis of faith, caused him to resign from the clergy. In the 1830s, Emerson gave lectures that later turned into the ideas for his essays, including Nature, that carried out his new philosophy of creating an American style of writing, as opposed to a foreign style. Emerson was a part of the Transcendentalists who tried to search for deeper meanings than in the physical world to solve their issues. He became known as the central figure representing this group. In the 1840s, Emerson founded and co-edited a literary magazine known as The Dial. Some of his own essays were published in the magazine, including Self-Reliance and Friendship. Besides his work career, Emerson had 4 children. Emerson was anti-slavery, but he did not appreciate being in the public eye and was hesitant about lecturing about slavery. He did, however, give a number of lectures during the pre-Civil War years, beginning as early as November 1837. A number of his friends and family members were more active abolitionists than he, at first, but from 1844 on, he took more of an active role in opposing slavery. He gave a number of speeches and lectures on the topic. He voted for Abraham Lincoln in 1860, but Emerson was disappointed that Lincoln was more concerned about preserving the Union than slavery. Once the American Civil War broke out, Emerson made it clear that he believed in immediate emancipation of the slaves. Emerson visited Washington, D.C. at the end of January 1862. He gave a public lecture at the Smithsonian on January 31, 1862, and declared, "The South calls slavery an institution. I call it destitution. Emancipation is the demand of civilization." Emerson's later work, such as The Conduct of Life, tended to favor more of an equal balance between broader societal concerns and individual nonconformity. As Emerson aged, he was known as the Sage of Concord. He had failing health, but he continued to write and published Society and Solitude in 1870 and a poetry collection titled Parnassus in 1874. Emerson died on April 27, 1882, in Concord. His beliefs and his ideas were strong influences on the work of his protege, Henry David Thoreau, and his contemporary, Walt Whitman. His writings are considered major documents of the 19th century American literature, religion, and thought.